What was originally an Anglo-Persian oil company dating back to 1909, in 1954 it became what is better known as British Petroleum, or BP. BP is a multinational oil and gas company. It is the fourth largest company in the world, operating in 80 different countries and producing over 3.4 million barrels of oil a day. When the company expanded beyond the Middle East into the Canadian market, they purchased a minority stake in Triad Oil Company, which is a Calgary-based company. They were then renamed BP Canada in 1969. An oil rig that had been built by a South Korean company was delivered to BP in February of 2001. This oil rig was named the Deepwater Horizon, and BP signed a lease for this rig from March 2008 to September of 2013. For the next 10 years, BP's Deepwater Horizon rig was running relatively smoothly in the Gulf of Mexico. That is until April 20th of 2010, two of the men who were operating the rig disregarded warnings that were obvious indications of trouble. Ironically, this same day, BP executives have chosen to celebrate the safety of the Deepwater Horizon oil rig. Warning signs ignored, the rig ignited and exploded, engulfing the rig in flames. Several ships tried to put out the fire, but were unsuccessful. The explosion killed 11 men and injured 17 others. It burned for 36 straight hours before it eventually sank to the bottom of the Gulf of Mexico. This was the largest accidental marine oil spill in petroleum history. Extensive damage was done as a result of the spill. Marine and wildlife habitats were harmed, as well as the Gulf's fishing and tourism industries. There was a kill zone within 80 square feet on any side of the rig, meaning anything caught within the area was killed. Approximately 2,300 birds, 18 turtles, and 10 marine animals were killed. In April 2010, the oil spill covered more than 10,000 square kilometers of ocean space. There was lots of public media coverage on the BP oil spill, and as a result, BP stock prices drastically declined. The sinking of the rig triggered the leak of oil at the seabed. The oil flowed for about 3 months before it was finally capped. Approximately 53,000 barrels of oil were leaked each day, resulting in a total of about 4.9 million barrels or 200 million gallons of oil. BP set up a $20 billion trust to the U.S. government to satisfy the claims of victims of the spill. BP also pled guilty to felony and had $4.5 billion in criminal fines, surpassing the previous record of $1.2 billion in U.S. history. Approximately 48,000 people and 6,500 vessels helped repair the damage. BP also established a hotline for the public to report sightings of injured wildlife. Wildlife were transported to rehab centers and cleaned, given water, food, and medication. Skimmer ships, floating container booms, anchored barriers, and sand-filled barricades were dispersed along shorelines in an attempt to protect hundreds of miles of beaches, wetlands, and estuaries. On July 15, 2010, the well was finally capped. On September 19, 2010, the relief well process was successfully completed and the federal government declared the well to be effectively dead. BP has estimated total cost of $41.3 billion in cleanup and fines as a result of the tragic oil spill.